Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Hold the Green podcast. It's your boy Capper without Twitterless Steve tonight. Instead, in his place, I have Mr. Joe Idoni from the Preferred Lines podcast. Joe, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, hanging in there, Mr. Capper. Pleasure to be here as always. Miss Steve tonight, of course, but happy to talk some golf. We got a big one this week.
Yeah, we do. He's actually down on the west coast of Florida, and he's been texting me how awful the Hard Rock app is. And I'm like, yeah, man, I live it. I get it.
Yeah, we were just talking about it. It's terrible. We can't get matchup odds 36 hours before we get opening tees. They just give us these group bets. There's a couple of spots in there sometimes you can get them at a little bit on some of the without Scotty numbers I was noticing earlier today. But yeah, we're living the life down here with one book and that's all we get.
Yep, I call them the Seminole Mafia family. That's what they are.
Yeah.
They're definitely that. So I guess before we get into this week, what are your big takeaways from last week? Anything? So like, I hate Colin Morikawa, so I was golf sad on Sunday night. But it was a really good tournament because I hate these signature events too, especially with no cut. Like at least we get a cut this week. So it was really good golf coming down the stretch though.
Yeah, really good golf. Always good to see Pebble when it gets a little bit windy out there. Had guys flying up the leaderboard. Obviously, Scotty made his run. Tommy Fleetwood, Sepp Straka. I was waiting on Jake Knapp all day. Never came.
Do you feel like he does that a lot on Sundays? I feel like he does that a lot on Sundays.
Yes, absolutely. Did it at the Honda. Did it at the Cobb. Yeah, we're gonna be here. Yep. We're gonna be back here next week, but felt like he was going to run away with that thing until he imploded on Sunday. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just reps in contention, decision-making, caddy partnership where they don't be aggressive when they should be aggressive and they're too conservative when they shouldn't. But yeah,
well, certainly. The Cog, he was too aggressive. He hit it into the fucking rocks.
Yeah, hit it in the rocks. And then instead of just like taking his meds and making bogey, he tried to hit one out of the muck. And ended up making double or triple and just ejecting right on out of that tournament.
Yeah, I actually had Highsmith that week, and I had him in $100 single entry, and I took it down because of that. So I love Jake Knapp.
Okay, so you're a big Knapp guy. Yeah, I had Knapp in Mexico when he got his win, so I'm a little beholden there. He's been playing. He's just playing great this season. Another good course fit this week with his distance and POA putting. So we'll see if he can. I don't know. Is he on your card ever?
Yeah. Listen, I like Knapp. I like him a lot this year. It's crazy because I remember you talking about Mexico when they would zoom in on his iron shots and they would look like my divots, which are not good. And I was like, how is this guy winning this golf tournament? And now you look at his ball striking numbers and his approach numbers. It's like he really grinded in the offseason and he took it seriously. And I mean, he's playing amazing golf, man. If he could just put it all together, like he can, I can see him definitely win at least once this year. I mean, look at all these multiple winners we keep getting. Why can't it be him?
Why can't it be him, man? And he's like, the other thing is he's become, and I don't know if it's just POA specific, but he's become a heck of a putter. On POA, I got him like second in the field. So yeah. Why not?
And POA, I've never putted on POA. I can't imagine how frustrating it is to hit a line and have it hit a bump and then go offline. My temperament would not do well on POA greens. So I'm glad I only have to deal with the Bermuda that we have down here.
Are you off Twitter, by the way?
Basically. I'm there, but I'm like not there.
Yeah. You've moved on.
It's just too much, man. Like it's I haven't. It's just too much. And I'll go through and I'll scroll and I'll check on like certain stuff that I'm trying to follow. But I don't know, man. It's just I don't know. I guess it's just too toxic at this point. I'm like, God damn, man. Like
very toxic. I know. I feel like I have to be there as I try to grow this account.
Well, I got
somewhere, but dude, it's half the time I've got to shut my brain off from it and because it seeps in, man. It seeps into life.
It does. It really does. And look, shit. Nobody's following me, right? We got BK and Andy, so like they got plenty of followers. They can cut clips of me and throw it up on there. I just get angry when I scroll that shit. I mean, I haven't had Facebook since like 2016, so that was like Twitter was like my last form of social media. I'm officially getting to old guy crazy, like off of all social media level, I guess.
Yeah, I've totally been on a Facebook drought since over 10 years. They wanted like my social security and like they wanted a copy of my ID in the mail to like get my account back after I got hacked. And I'm like, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, we're
Keep
good.
it.
I don't need to see the kid who I knew in high school who I haven't spoken to in 25 years and see what he's up to. I don't care. So, Cleveland guy, switch tracks to football. What are we thinking about your team?
Brutal. I hate the coaching decisions they've made. I feel like they're going to run probably our talented players out of town. Really wanted to keep Jim Schwartz for obvious reasons. I think the team
great
really
defensive
liked him.
coach.
Obviously we had Miles and we had a defensive rookie of the year, and I thought we'd built like a solid foundation on defense. It's funny because they were like talking so much about when they were talking about Seattle, like in the run to the Super Bowl, they were like, oh, all the teams who built a really strong defense like went really far this year. And I'm like, well, I mean, you forgot about the Browns. We had like the third best defense in the league, and we still could barely win 5 games. Constantly rebuilding. I actually think I was a Stefanski guy. I think he's going to do well in Atlanta. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, I think the GM and the ownership is definitely a huge issue there.
Oh, I mean, the ownership is terrible. It's tough because the GM, I don't know, man. When you look at last year's, like when you look at the drafts, like he's hitting on a lot of picks. Like he hit on Judkins, he hit on Schlesinger. I guess, I mean, given where he was taken, he sort of hit on.
You definitely hit on Sanders. Oh, absolutely. What is he, 5th, 6th round? Yeah,
right.
And a 5th, 6th round guy who can throw a couple of games. Yeah, absolutely worth it.
He hit on the, why am I slipping his name? But the tight end out of Bowling Green who like went off this year. Not Njoku.
No,
Harold Fannin.
Yeah, Harold.
Harold. If only we would have actually. The real mistake was not firing Stefanski a year earlier, because Mike Vrabel wanted that job and he was in house.
I know he did. He was out there. He was out there with you guys, learning the offensive line stuff. Oh yeah. I know.
He wanted the Cleveland job, but we hung on a year too long. Story of our lives.
Yep. Well, listen, I'm just happy that Kraft recognized his mistake and fired Mayo, because that was an abject fucking disaster. And I was like, oh, this is, no offense, I was like, oh, we're turning into the Browns. So I was like, that's what we're doing. We're just gonna keep recycling horrible coaches, making bad picks. Because I didn't even think Drake May was good, because he looked so bad last year.
Were you alarmed at all by the Super Bowl performance, or you're like, he'll get it back?
So yes,
He was pretty bad for 3 quarters, right?
He was awful.
Terrible.
He was awful. Terrible.
Like, he was open. He was misreading. He couldn't throw a 7-yard slant.
No, he overthrew Hooper. That Super Bowl was, I honestly think it was the worst Super Bowl I've watched since I've been alive.
Yeah.
It was horrible. I mean, I never thought we were really in the game. I mean, once we scored that touchdown, and I don't know why he pressed and chucked it into triple coverage. Like, we had plenty of time left on the clock and we weren't moving the ball. So I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I keep going back to that when he was in Denver and Josh McDaniels is sitting next to him. And he's got his head down. He's like, it's hard, man. He's like, yeah, it's hard. And he's laughing when Drake's saying it. And I just picture how I talk to my kids sometimes. And I'm like, yeah, this is hard. This is what happens. You got to pick yourself back up and go. You know what I mean? And I was like, that's kind of a red flag. And then who really bothered me was Will Campbell. Like, oh my God. Dude. Like, I didn't talk to the media after. He's like, we made the joke since day one. He got little T-Rex arms, and he's not a left tackle. So I don't know. We'll see. Listen, I can't fucking complain, right? We shouldn't have been there. I enjoyed the ride. It was fun. But we shall see what happens when we actually have a tough schedule next year, and we go from there. So
good run.
So I said something to you prior. So are you not a big Winter Olympics guy? You're an Ohio guy, so I didn't know if you were into the Winter Olympics.
I guess I am, like, not an Olympics guy. I'm like kind of keeping tabs, but it's just been one of those things where I've just been so laser focused on like golf stuff and kids into sports, and like I come home to practice, to writing an article or something like that. I just haven't been keeping tabs. But you mentioned something about a little bit of my Italian lineage roots. And what are they, a cheating scandal?
Your people aren't cheating. We gave them how to build a hockey rink in feet, and they were like, you got to give us meters. We're not going to do the feet. And so they were stubborn, and we gave them whatever it was, 63 feet or 63, whatever it was, and they made it at like 60. So the rink is smaller. It looks so weird. The lines are all crazy, and it's like the Italians were just so fucking stubborn. They didn't make the rink right. If you pull up any of the games, you'll notice it if you're a hockey fan immediately.
Really?
Like, why is the line there? Where are the dots there? Like it's crazy looking. It's hilarious.
Over like 3 feet total?
Yeah, no, it's like 10 feet total.
Oh shit. So it's like 3 yards.
Yeah, man. It was hilarious. So yeah, I was like, the Italians are just being fucking stubborn because they don't like hockey, and they're like, good enough. Good enough.
Good enough. Yeah. We got a big game tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Sweden?
No, yeah, so they look legit too. They look good today. I think we're gonna get fucking smoked by Canada.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the women will. I think the U.S. women will take the goal, but I think we're gonna get smoked by Canada. If Jeremy Swayman, who's the Bruins goalie, who's a complete sack of shit, sees the ice again, I want whoever is on that Olympic coaching staff fired because he fucking sucks, and I hate seeing him on the ice.
Yeah, so my boy that I work with works on the equipment staff for the Panthers. So he's kind of been filling me in on stuff.
Yeah.
He's very close to a lot of the players, and he was like, all of them are like highly questioning the coach and the roster construction, and was like,
yeah,
you brought in like his words was like, we brought in like this team of like bruisers to like try and like intimidate and like out physical other teams, but you can't do that in Olympic hocky. Like you can't can't hit people. So like our whole strategy of bringing this team to like kick their ass, it's not that kind of hockey.
No, it's absolutely not. And yeah, man, it's like what the Bruins tried to do against like the Lightning after all those years. Like, well, we're gonna get heavy, and then in the playoffs, they can't skate, they can't keep up with them. It's like, the Bruins are like, I got so much joy from the Pats, the Red Sox, until John Henry dies. Like, I refuse to let them make me angry since they traded Mookie Betts. I don't particularly care about basketball, so the Bruins are the only team that still can like jack my blood pressure up to like an unhealthy rate. That and like whatever golfer I'm screaming at that week. Yeah, the Bruins. The Bruins. I actually went down to the Panthers when the Bruins played down there for the playoff game. Great crowd. The Panthers fans were great. I was running my mouth, having fun, but in like a nice way. You know what I mean? And like they were going back and forth. It was a really good time. I had a blast.
Yeah, I've been to a couple games with my son. He's into them now, so it's a good time. Speaking of yelling at golfers, who are we talking about this week? Who we want to talk about?
I don't know. Scotty's so scary. I know he hasn't won, but it's like he's spotting the field. Oh, and he's played well here. I mean, if it's going to be long and soft, right, because it's getting pounded with rain, and it's going to be long irons coming in and par threes, his advantage isn't wedges, it's long irons. So, I mean, I'm going to play with fire because it is whatever, like, and we do have Hard Rock. I'll just play with fire. I'll go without Scotty Markets, but I don't know when he's not going to scare me. I mean, when he came out and won Amex, I was like, oh, great, this season's going to be fucking ruined. Basically, is what I was thinking. So what do you think about them without Scotty Markets? Are you betting on those, or are you just doing top fives? And we don't have each ways. Like these other guys who get to do each ways have it nice.
Yeah, I'm finding my spots, and I found a couple guys. Like if you're looking at Hard Rock, if anyone else is out there in Florida, the number on Cameron Young, who I like this week, is the exact same in the with Scotty and the without Scotty market. He's 30-1 in both.
See, that's a good bet.
Sense. I don't know why. So I'll take him without Scotty, obviously.
Yep.
The other one that I really like this week, obviously you mentioned the course conditions. So Keith was talking to the superintendent there and was like, this is the softest the golf course has ever been. It's going to play incredibly long, and carry distance is going to be important. So I look at Rory and I'm like, okay, I can take Rory 12-1 with Scotty in the field, or I could take him 11-1 without Scotty.
11. Like all day, every day. Why wouldn't? Yeah, so that's what
Scotty,
makes sense.
And the odds makers are basically telling you he holds about 25% of the win equity. So if I can remove him from the field and then take the favorite at one less point, I'm going to do that. So I took Rory and Cam, both in the without Scotty, 11-1 and 30-1.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate that at all, right? It's like, so especially when you look at how well Rory played over the weekend, and if he didn't have those disaster holes, I mean, like those absolute disaster holes. I mean, crazy, like couple triples, couple doubles, like he was right up in it. And this course, I mean, we said last year Pebble didn't fit him and he went out and won it. And this is the course that really fits his game. So I think Rory's a super fair price at 12-1 or 11-1.
Yes.
I haven't fired on anybody yet. I usually wait until tonight because like you know, it doesn't really fucking matter. Our lines are pretty fucking static. They typically don't move that much.
Yeah. I don't think the Scotty number, like, I know there's people that are kind of exploiting him, you know, top 5, or you get him, you wait the last couple of weeks, you can get big numbers in the top 5, top 10 market. Look, this field is so strong, even though it's only 72 guys. Like, there was this narrative, and I never agreed with it, and I still stand by that, where it was like people would say Scotty has a more likely to win a signature event on a hard course like this or a major than he is to win the Amex or the CJ Cup last year, or whatever it was, or the Byron Nelson. And I'm like, no, that doesn't make any sense. And people are like, well, he's playing the golf course and he's suited with long irons. And I get that. But to me, and I'm like, you are playing the golf course, but it's only matters because you're playing against the other players. Like, if you shoot 1 over par at the Byron Nelson and everyone else shoots 2 over par, you still won. Even though the golf course kicked your ass, you still won the tournament. So when he goes up in those type of fields and the second best player is like Jordan Spieth or, you know, Russell Henley, and he's not really competing against the top, like 9 of the top 10 players in the world, I'm like, yes, I think his odds to win that tournament are significantly greater, even if the course is technically easier and, you know, in past years brings more guys into it. I look at the strength of the field and I'm like, he is by far and away. If you're telling me he's 4 times more likely than Rory to win this week, then he's 20 times more likely to win than Spieth.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
No,
So
I mean, I subscribe to that logic as well. I really do. Like, it is. I think it's about strength of field. It really is. It's to equate it to football. It's the Patriots' strength of schedule. Like,
yes,
they're going to win these games because they're playing bums, right? If they were playing tougher teams, they're not going to win 14 games. I mean, it's how it works. Like,
yes.
Yeah, he's scary.
I like Craig Ranch, or if he plays Houston and it's like him and it's Minwoo Lee and it's Brooks and it's one other guy, I'm like, yeah, then I'll take Scotty. Then it makes sense for me to take Scotty 3-1. It doesn't really make sense for me to back him in a tournament like this when you have everybody there.
Yeah, and the top 5 stuff, like, I get, like, when you got off to the slow stats on Thursdays to jump on the number, or top 10s, like, whatever, that makes sense. Pre-tournament, I've done shit like that where, like, I've laid, like, heavy fucking money on, like, what I would assume would be a guaranteed, and then you're just miserable the entire time because, like, if he's not winning or they're not dominating, you're just like, why did I make this stupid minus 250 bet, minus, you know, whatever it is, you know, minus 175, all this juice on it. I did it a couple seasons ago. I haven't gone back to it. I can't do it. It just makes me too stressed out.
I agree with you. The thing is like, I'm thinking about it. Like, I want someone 30-1, right? So in our mind, when we're thinking about betting on golf, we have that payout in mind because we know how hard it is to hit. Like, even this week, when I'm taking Rory 11-1 in the without Scotty, I'm looking at like, damn, I got to put a lot more down on Rory than I normally want to put down on a player because he's only 11-1. Well, now imagine taking Scotty, you know, top 5 minus 175. Like, imagine how much you have to put down on that. He's minus 135 to finish top 5. So if it's so
uncomfortable.
Yeah, if I'm sweating the amount I got to put down on an 11-1 or a 10-1 winner, that's tenfold on a minus 135. If he doesn't come through on that, then you kind of crush your typical bankroll for betting golf.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The only time I did that and I didn't sweat was when we caught the book sleeping on the President's Cup, and it was like, I don't know, minus 280 for America. I was like, I was leveraging everything I had with every local book I had. I was like, yeah, what's my credit line? Can I get that bumped, please? Like, that paid for some Pari barn furniture for Mrs. Gabber. So I like Rory a lot this week. I was thinking about him and Zay. I really like, so I'm not a Fleetwood guy either. I just worry about the length, that carry length, but he plays this course really well. He plays long, hard courses, air quotes. He finally won. He beat 30 guys, like whatever, like half win. Right. So I don't think I can go to him on that. Decky, it's the same thing. Same thing with Henley. Cantlay, though, had a really good Sunday. And I'm never a Cantlay guy. I yell at Steve because he can't quit this loser, and he hasn't won in 4 or 5 years. But Morikawa just did the same thing. Why can't Cantlay do it on a course that he's comfy at? I think the number's pretty fair too, especially in this field. I wish he didn't have such a good Sunday because I was hoping to get you 30, but I mean at 25, I like Cantlay. I like him better than Hovland, who can't figure anything out. He's out there with fucking swim gear trying to figure shit out. And Sam Burns is just, he's got no dog in him, man. No dog. As soon as he faces any adversity whatsoever, whether putts don't go his way, he melts. Like he's the world's best putter until he needs a fucking 8-foot putt and he can't make it. It's so maddening. It's so maddening.
If I'm Sam Burns' caddy, I'm like, I'm putting up blinders from any leaderboard, and we're not talking about
exactly right. Yeah,
he gets on these heater runs through like 10 holes where he's like down 6, and all of a sudden through 12 he's tied for the lead, and then he just shits down his leg. So I mean, you just got to be like, you've got to not let him see the leaderboard and just be like, you're down 5, you're down 4. Keep hunting birdies, keep chasing,
keep hunting pins, exactly. So in that range, and I like Cam Young. I don't know. I felt like this was going to be his year. He kind of started off kind of meh.
He did. He's putted really bad, and he was putting great.
I know, which is crazy because last year he was putting awesome.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a POA thing because he's an East Coast guy.
It could be. It very well could be because he was putting great on bent grass. This was like the first spot we really saw Cam Young because he just came up from the Korn Ferry Tour. Like we knew about him a little bit, but nobody really knew. And he played in a couple of crappy events and like finished top 25 at one in the fall swing. And then he shows up here and it's like T2. It's like, holy shit.
Who's that
guy is hitting every fairway. He's bombing it. And he can putt. And in his short game has improved so much, not only putting, but chipping. It just the last couple of weeks, it has not been to the caliber that we saw through the end of 2025. But I do think it's the hardest golf course we've seen this year. It's going to favor guys who can carry the ball really far. Like this aligns with his strengths, I think,
100%.
the best. And had he been playing like we expected him to play this year, he'd be 20-1 and not 30-1.
Yeah. No, I agree. So, I mean, I'm fine with that because that's what I used to do with Wyndham and other guys. Because I'm not one of these guys who bet the number, not the golfer. This isn't football. Fuck that. Like I have my guys. Like I have guys who I just won't bet because I don't believe in them. And golf is such a weird fucking sport, man. Where it's so mental, and you have no idea what's going on or anything like that. So you end up painting these guys in a light where it's like, I will never trust you again. But it's a good number.
Can I mention a guy for you because I just want to get your take on it because I'm like heavily swimming around this guy. All right, so I and the only reason I'm probably doing this is a bad reason, and it's what we just saw with Colin Morikawa, and it's like holy shit when I see a guy who was like fully aboard, like front row of the struggle bus, and all of a sudden something clicks with his swing. And you're like, he's a top 5 player, but he's been terrible. Something clicks, and like all of a sudden he wins. I feel like you could make that case for Ludwig a little bit.
I knew you were going to say Ludwig. I knew it.
Yeah, because I mean, Morikawa was what, like 65-1? Like Ludwig does not belong next to Jason Day and Harris English.
No, I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
Sitting right next to them, like he doesn't belong there. When Ludwig is clicking, he is a top 5 player. He sets up perfectly for this course. He's been really shitty, but he was 11 under on the weekend at Pebble. He was second on Saturday in approach. So that makes me believe like, okay, maybe he's so good that he just needed to like figure one thing out with his swing. And maybe he figured it out. And maybe now he's back to Ludwig Oberg. And maybe now he's back to being like a top 5, top 6 player in the world. And this would be if he finishes 3rd this week, the 40-1s are gone forever.
Yeah. Oh, forever. Like exactly.
Like when he gets the API, he's going to be back to like 24-1.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I mean, look, especially if you look at it over the weekend, he turned everything green except for, I mean, lost a little bit ball striking and a little bit off the tee, and which we know off the tee is he's a fucking monster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and maybe he's just a slow starter. You know what I mean? Like he could be. I mean, if you look at, I mean, I know he was sick last year when he was like withdrawing, but I mean, didn't do good at the Farmers last year. I mean,
He's
essentially
defending champ,
whatever.
dude.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, same course, everything. But I mean, he started a little slow, right? T45 numbers look the same, right? Lost some putting, lost some around the green.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. I like
I
the
don't know.
number. I
I
like the
just feel
player.
like
I like the player.
I'm just looking at the drift. I like the player. I'm looking at the drift on the price, and I'm looking
Yeah,
at the guys around him:
around him.
McNeely, English, Day,
McNeely. That's an
Minwoo,
insult.
Adam Scott. These guys don't
No.
win tournaments anymore.
They don't win tournaments, so they don't have a ceiling. His ceiling,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Adam Scott used to have a ceiling, but he's
yeah,
fucking my age. There's no ceiling there anymore. Like that's just
yeah.
gone.
His ceiling, Ludwig's ceiling is Tommy Fleetwood, is Xander Schauffele, is that range
yeah,
of the odds board.
exactly. Yeah, I mean, look, I like that number. What's fucking Hard Rock at 35?
40,
Oh, see, that's not too bad. I don't hate that.
not bad.
I like him. I like him a hell of a lot better. Like you said, like the guys around him, like Ricky. I don't know Bobby Mack. I don't know what to do with him. I'm
Ricky,
fine with
what
passing on him.
are we
Everybody
doing
loves
with
Ricky
Ricky
for some
Fowler?
reason. I don't know, man. Here's the thing: they'll say like whatever he played well last year and stuff, but he was invited to these signature events. He didn't earn his way into these fucking signature events, and his numbers look fine. But he's another one who, I don't know. I've never been a Ricky guy, and when he made the fucking Ryder Cup team over Keegan, he just became a mortal enemy of mine, and that's just kind of how it works with me. So like Zach Johnson, I would walk over if he was on fire. Ricky's probably about the same. Hey JT. A lot of it stems back to the Ryder Cup and the embarrassment that we put out over in your homeland.
Do we give Keegan another chance?
No. No, man. No.
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 I
And
just
I'm a
don't
huge
feel like
I
he
mean,
was fully empowered. I feel like here's what I think would happen. Here's what I know actually what happened. Keegan was going to play. I have some very close people to the Keegan circle more than any other player down here. He was going to play. He was going to pair himself with Bryson, and they were going to tear the fucking roof down at Bethpage.
Oh my God. Why didn't they
The
do
powers that be at the PGA of America. Now, this was like 3-4 months out. They did not want that to happen. They did not think you could do both. They thought that put their team at a disadvantage. And I think from that point on, they took too much control over course setup, over lineup construction, over all those things. They wielded too much.
Too much power.
Yeah, and I think that he probably couldn't really do what he wanted to do. Keegan loves Chris Gotterup. Like, he has said that Gotterup is the most talented player he's seen since Scotty Scheffler. He wanted Gotterup on that team as well, and I think he got stuck having to take Morikawa.
So that's another reason why I hated Morikawa. And look, I say don't give Keegan a chance just because he put that. What the fuck was that? What was that pairing he put out?
It was English and Morikawa, right?
Yeah, and then he did it again. Like the second time is what really gets me. Like everybody in the world, like, when I say world, I know we're in a very small, tiny little portion of like golf world, right? But all of us are screaming, like, "What are you doing?" And I'm not even a huge stats guy, and I'm like, "This is probably the worst thing I've ever seen." And they do it again. I don't know. And what really pisses me off is the fact that we came back on that Sunday, and if we had just done little things different, we would have done it. But it's like, I don't know. I love Keegan, so I mean,
I think he was given very bad advice and had bad people in his ear that were telling him that was a good pairing, and he probably should have enlisted the help of anyone who can like dive a little bit into probabilities and stats and the numbers and say, in order to give your team the best chance to win, don't put either of these guys out there.
So crazy. And I like Harris English. Like I
know, but you
thought
should have been playing Ben Griffin at the time when Ben Griffin was freaking
on
killing
fire.
it.
On
You
fire.
should have been playing Cameron Young every freaking chance you get. Like the dudes were lighting it up, and I don't know. I don't know what happened.
And I bet Europe after that because I was so fucking mad when I found out Morikawa bet the team. I was still mad. My money was happy, but I was like just angry by myself. Like I was so mad. I was so disappointed with that whole US thing. And you're right. And I do blame the people behind with Kisner and who else is back there? Fred no.
Couples.
Nick. Yeah, Fred Couples. Yeah, like he's wielding power back there.
I just don't see anyone else. Like, okay, so I know we're getting off topic here, but it's like
this is what happens on this show when Steve's not here. Joe.
Like the other names I've heard are like Stuart Sink. I'm like, I don't know. I'd rather see Keegan. I mean, if Tiger wants to do it, it's Tiger's job.
Yeah,
but
do you think Tiger
no one else really waiting in the wings that I think really fires them up? And the one thing I will say about Keegan is like those guys said awesome things about him, and they rallied around him, and they were like, you can see that this has meant more to Keegan than it has for like any other captain we've played for in recent years. He wanted it bad. I just think that he had bad people in his ear and like shitty assistant coaches and a shitty GM and a shitty, like just like the Browns. Man.
Yeah.
You got a good coach, but you got a crappy owner in the PGA of America. You got a bad GM, and you can't do anything.
All right. So, and it's only because of my love for Keegan. I will allow for the listen. I would like to play with someone other than Keegan, so that'll work. And like you said, like who's taking over? Webb Simpson, Kevin Kisner. Yeah. Oh, please,
Snedeker. I don't know. Like,
I don't know. I don't even remember what the fuck we were talking about. Who were we talking about? we were talking about
Ludwig. We were like midway through the odds board. We were on Ludwig. I mean, Keegan's there at 50-1.
His course history here is so bad.
Yeah,
it's so bad. I mean, even when it was like, even before it was Siggy, it was fucking. He was missing cuts. So for whatever reason, which is crazy because he's done well at the comp courses.
Correct. Yeah, and he's done well on the West Coast. He did well at Torrey. Yeah. What do you think about what's going on with JJ Spawn right now?
I don't know, man. He flashed a little bit on Saturday. I think. It's got to be he has to be injured, right? Like,
I don't know. It's just funny. Like, it was like the three guys. I remember talking to John, my co-host, about it, and we were like, coming into the year, we were like, okay, three guys with a career year. It was Henley, it was Griffin, and it was Spawn, and they were all like next to each other, coming into whatever event they played, the Sony or something like that. They're all like 20-1. And it was like, okay, these three guys all made the Ryder Cup team for the first time. They all had career best years. They're like 5, 6, 7 in the OWGR. Like, who's going to fall off? And now you look at the odds board, and Henley and Griffin are still up there, and double, triple the price is JJ Spawn like a month later. So,
yeah, I mean, did you hear anything? Like, so, like, I mean, I don't have any fucking sources in the PGA. It's just from what I hear from golf Twitter and anybody else who might have some inside stuff. Like, I mean, have you heard anything about him being hurt? Like, I mean, that's what I heard. So, I mean, but who knows what that's fucking worth?
I didn't hear injury. There were some unsubstantiated rumors that he was considering LIV. He withdrew from Phoenix, and I think people immediately there were like, shit, he's going to LIV. And like, the weird thing is like 4 Aces was like teasing this player that they were going to have, and then it wasn't the player that they teased, and all of a sudden like late swap in for Anthony Kim, which was awesome. Great move by them, by the way. But it did feel like with them teasing it, that like, oh shit, is JJ going to LIV? It felt like that's what they were alluding to on their channels. And then all of a sudden it was like, scrap what we said before, we got Anthony Kim, and then JJ was in the field last week at Pebble all of a sudden. Interesting.
Yeah. So, I mean, what's so funny to me is, so I'll give LIV a minute here. I will say, like, I tried to watch it when it first started. I don't particularly care about LIV. Like, all my guys went. Every time they pulled somebody, I was fucking sad. If you remember, I was the one who had, what's his name on when they told us Cam Smith was leaving. And they took all my guys. Like, they took all my guys. But, like, and I would watch it. It's just such a pain in the dick to find. At 1 a.m., I was still up, but I found out what was happening. And I figured out how to find it on my phone. and like I watched it on my phone just for
It was
Anthony
pretty
Kim. Like
awesome, right?
that's what LIV needed. LIV needs stuff like that. Like how do you like? I mean, 1 a.m. Like I'm scrambling on my phone trying to figure it out on whatever night it was, Saturday night, and yeah, I mean that's exactly what LIV needed. What a fucking story! Like complete rebuild. Like, and look, and I probably sympathize with people who have demons. You know what I mean? Like I just do.
Same.
Anybody who's able to overcome stuff like that. And you can tell how much he loves his family, and like, oh, that's the shit that I love. You know what I mean? Like that's the shit that I love. So, yeah, huge win for LIV. I hope they can figure out how to do something with it. I miss a ton of my guys. Like,
LIV it was like the three things they've gotten like most right all came together
Australia.
at once. It was like going to Australia. You like nailed that. Great job. Of like they've done so many things wrong, right?
Yeah,
but the one thing they got right was going to Australia. The next thing they got right was figuring out a way to sign Anthony Kim, because it was like the biggest mystery in golf.
Yeah, he was a Loch Ness monster. Nobody knew where he was.
The Loch Ness monster, and they pull him out of retirement as the PGA Tour is desperately trying to get him. And it was like people are staying up to watch him like last in the field at Saudi Arabia. So they got right, like figuring out how to sign him. They got it right going to Australia. And then those two came together, and they actually got it right with Anthony Kim by like saying, okay, not only are we signing this guy just for like the mystique and the media boost, he actually can win, and he could beat our two best players on our biggest stage. So it's a crazy combination for them.
It was awesome. And Steve made fun of me, and justifiably so. I think every LIV event, I bet him top 20, and I'd sprinkle a little on him to win, because I was like, it's Anthony Kim. It could happen. But yeah, I mean, what a win for LIV. Seriously, I mean, it really was. It was really a great weekend for golf. I can't remember the last time we've had like that good of a weekend for the sport as a whole.
Yeah, and only golf on. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, good shit. I don't know, Spieth, whatever. I don't know. He just annoys me. Like I get he's a big draw. He does make me laugh every once in a while. But I don't see him being able to compete at this golf course. Akshay's I don't know. What do you think about Akshay? I don't know.
I'm buying stock in Akshay just because of his age and what he's accomplished at his age, right? He's still 23? Like 23. He's still like one of the youngest guys out there, and he's got wins, he's got reps, he's been in contention at big events, he's been in contention at Pebble, he's been in contention at the like you're not going to come through on all those. And if you look at like in perspective of like how old he is and how like the guys you think are younger, like Ludwig and Gotterup, these guys are all older than Akshay.
Yeah, they're like 28, 29.
Then you put him together with Joe Greiner, who I think is one of the best caddies in the game. I mean, don't forget, this is Greiner's. He's on record when him and Max Homa won here of saying this is both Max and I's favorite course on the PGA Tour. So Greiner loves this place. He knows it. He's played a ton of rounds there. He's from the area, and he's won there with Max. And then you put him together with a confident Akshay. I do think. Here's what I think, like, because he was 20 under through 42 holes.
Oh, on fire.
Just given his age and like how much his girl and his world is like kind of revolving around social media. I think he kind of heard the fucking people who were bringing up the anchoring shit, and it like bothered
I heard
him
a little bit about that.
Yeah, because
was that a big thing?
Responding to posts by Nuclear and being like, I'm not anchoring, but.
Well, no, was he really to Nuclear?
Yeah, he responded to their Instagram thing. Was like, it's
actually get off Twitter, bro.
Get off, dude. Get off.
Get off Twitter, man.
Maybe it wasn't that, but I do really like him as a player, and I think that he's going to have a great career, and it's probably starts pretty soon. I just don't love this course fit for him, to be honest.
I don't love the course fit for him either. So I was just more wondering about what you thought of his mentality. I think he's kind of a tough kid. I think he just. So that's interesting. So I didn't know that. I wonder if that did affect him. I mean, like you said, he's a young kid, and especially if he's on social media responding to people, like it's clearly. I mean, I don't understand it. Like my oldest daughter is she's 22, and like the social media to her is so different than what it is for me. Do you know what I mean? Like it's crazy. So
yeah, he's a year older than your oldest daughter.
I know.
He's a young kid, dude, and he's
kid,
balling. He's won
I know.
events and he's like competing at a high level, and he's been doing it since he was like, what was he, the only guy ever to be in the drive, chip, and putt and then play in the Masters?
Yeah. Yeah.
So like,
Yep.
dude, he's been on a stage of like,
Yeah.
you're the next big thing for a long time. And
Yeah. And
how
he
many
gambled
guys
on
do we
himself.
know that just mentally fucks? Like
Yeah,
whether
no,
it's
100%.
celebrities
Like
or
child actors.
musicians. Oh, dude,
Yeah,
there's so
exactly.
many of them that are just like, it goes to their head and they're terrible
Yep.
humans and they go
Oh, yeah.
down the wrong path. And it just really
Yep.
seems like, and I've talked to him a couple of times at TGA, like he's a really nice, like good kid that you want to root for. So I am.
I laugh every fucking time I'm scrolling Twitter and I hear you talking to Tiger, Rory, some shit like that. I'm like, fucking Joe, baby, let's go.
I know,
I
man.
love it, man.
It's funny. It's
You're
surreal.
like the king of TGL.
I know. I feel like it. It's because I'm the only one who just like happened to be so lucky to live 10 miles from it, and no other media are gonna fly their guys to Palm Beach on a Monday and then back to Riviera and then all this stuff. So I'm like, if I don't take advantage of this opportunity, then I'm the idiot. So I'm
you
there
definitely should
about every week, and I try to come up with something good to ask them. So I've had plenty of misses, but I've had a few hits there that have circled the internet.
Man. Yeah, I love it. Every time I see it, I love it. The maybe those assholes up here in Sawgrass will be nicer to you this year.
Yeah, I'm coming back. I'll be back.
All right, let me know. We'll get together. The I mean, I dicked around a little bit last week. I had Bridgeman, but like going down this low on the board, like
you had Bridgeman,
really? Yeah.
Oh man, that was a sweat, dude.
I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen.
We all knew it.
Like it's fun. We all knew, but and Steve made fun of me because I started betting Bridgeman last year. Like I don't know, I get on these guys, and I tell Steve like Bridgeman I like because he can putt. It's nice to have a guy who you bet on who can putt. Like when I'm refreshing my app and it's 7 feet and I'm not like, oh, bogey's in play. Right? Like, okay, he's gonna make that 7-footer. It's just comforting to have on your card.
Yeah, it felt like there were two things with Bridgeman. Like during the like after he made the turn and he like had the lead, it felt like he like sped up and was like playing, and he was like the cameras weren't even like ready for him to shoot, and it felt like he was like, just hurry up and eject out of this before the pressure builds, like mentally. But then like I honestly felt so bad for him on 18 because he was in such a shitty situation, and then the ball's moving and he's got to go back, and that's so embarrassing, and the leader's waiting for you, and it was cringeworthy. But dude, it was worth like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
It was like, I think it was like, well, it was like 500,000 between a triple and a regular bogey or something like that. Fucking crazy.
And he pulled it off. So good on him, dude, for hitting that shot on 18. Like all I could think of is if that were me, I'm hooking another one onto the beach right now.
100%. 100%. I'm withdrawing and never being seen in golf ever again.
I'm just going into the clubhouse, but you can't do that when you're playing for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, I know. It's fucking crazy. So yeah, like guys like down the board like this, like I don't know, like Wyndham Clark, like I mean, what's up with him? Is he just fucking broken now? Like I don't get it.
I think he's got another run in him. I think he dealt with injuries like last year. He was like on a nice trajectory, and then right around this time, I think before the Players, right, is when he withdrew, and he got injured, and he injured himself in the weight room. From what I've heard from people is like, the dude is a heck of an athlete. Like if you watch his workouts in the gym, he's like strong, like pound for pound as strong as anybody on the PGA Tour. But he just sometimes pushes it to the limit and got hurt weightlifting, and it just really set him back. But do I think he's ever going to win another major again? Probably not, but he'll win some more.
How many golfers can you say that for, though? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Right. Like that ceiling of winning a US Open is probably unachievable for him, but it's possible. I mean, he's got another run where he'll win. He'll make another run at some wins.
Yeah, and this is a good course for him. So maybe I don't
It
know.
is.
Maybe a top 20 or something like that, just for the player profile alone. All right, so what about Homa? I know Homa is super chalk in DFS this week. Everybody's talking themselves into him. I
Is
can't
he?
do it. Yeah, the way he walks irritates me, which I know sounds ridiculous, but the way he walks irritates me, and I don't know. He just seems kind of lost too. But man, he hit one of the most beautiful shots I've ever seen in golf on this course.
Yeah. Which one? The one out the tree?
No, fucking the on the par 3. The 200.
Yeah.
So good.
And in the playoff against Finau, like he got the worst break all time.
I know. Yep.
And he made par, and then they went to the next hole, and then he won.
Yep.
I look.
Yep.
I try not to link too much stuff that I see at TGL, and like in my brain, I'm like, I have to shut that part of it off. But dude, he stripes it in there. And even in warmups, when I watch him, it's like every ball is so straight. And I've asked him about it. And since he started going back to Mark Blackburn, who had him as a top 5 player in the world, he reunited with that swing coach. He's felt really good. He's like, dude, Homa's like jacked now. I'm not even kidding.
Oh, yeah, he looks jacked. Yeah.
He's been going freaking hard. He's put on a lot of muscle, and he just can't do 72 holes of like putting it all together. Like I had him at Phoenix. He was like T10 heading into the weekend. He finished at 66.
Disappeared. Yeah, just disappeared.
It's been that story so many times through him, but there are obvious comps here. This is another guy, an LA guy who's grew up playing this course. He said this is the reason that coming to Riv as a toddler is the reason he fell in love with golf. All that stuff is like great and all, but he's got to play 72 holes. He's number 1 in strokes gained total at Riviera over the last 6 years. I'm sure that makes him uber chalk in DFS, just like you said. But I won't be taking it outright just because I think the strength of this field is too much for him to overcome. But I do think that he is trending in a positive direction for the first time in a long time.
So when you see these guys out here on TGL like warming up and stuff, do they do basically like a driving range session like they do before tournament?
Yes. So each team gets like 30 minutes. And they kind of rotate in players, but you could pick up a lot of stuff from it just watching them, because even more so than a driving range, you see on the screen, like it's giving you all the numbers, you
all
can
the data,
see the ball flight, and you can pay attention to like, okay, did that ball go where they wanted it to go? Like I can remember me and Gannon were there last year, and this was when Cameron Young was really struggling. And he's like hitting the left side of the screen. He couldn't even hit the driving range fairway in TGL. He's pulling everything left. And we were like laughing watching PGA. No, but this is like serious. Like it sounds stupid, but we were watching PGA Tour events for like the first half of the season last year. And there'd be like water left. And Matt and I would like text each other and be like, Cam Young's coming up on a water left hole. Like, how much you want to bet he hooks this left? Every time, dude. Directly, like he had the lefts, and you could like pick that up there. So there are definitely notes that you can like just see different guys' ball flight, and you can see how far they're carrying it, and you can just see if they're just hitting it where they want to hit it, because they have targets out there. So is it perfect? No, but people who give the tech like shit have no idea. There are 12 semi trucks behind that place. It is the most high-tech simulator on earth. They they have 21 launch monitors. They measure before every match. Each player has 6 balls. They individually like face ID scan in each balls for the amount of dimples. So each sim is custom like made for the particular ball that guy is using. Like it's perfect. It's not a yard off. It's not 2 yards off. Wherever they hit that ball is exactly where it goes. And like, I trust it. So when you see something happen on screen in TGL, that's exactly how they hit that shot.
That is crazy. All right, well, that's cool. So, I mean, obviously TGL's had a bunch of success. I mean, do you think it's just because? So. Yeah, I mean, no, absolutely. I mean, as far as like winners on tour, like, do you think it's because they're getting more reps and maybe stay in the competitive mindset longer? What do you think? Or
Maybe.
think
I
it's just
mean, it's also
coincidental?
partly due just because it's like it's the best players, with the exception of
Right.
Scotty, are pretty much
That's
in
true.
there. So that has something to
That's
do with
true.
it. But yeah, I mean,
That's true.
there's got to be something there's got to be something to it, man. And guys just staying, it gets their season started a little bit sooner. It puts them
Yep.
in a pressure-packed environment where they have to pull off crazy golf shots in front of fans, in front of cameras. And look, like is there a ton of room to make fun of it? Sure.
Of course.
But they're averaging 400, like LIV, the previous event before this one, they were getting 20,000 viewers for a LIV event. TGL's putting like 450,000 on like a
Yeah.
bad match at 5 o'clock on ESPN2.
Yeah.
It's doing like nearly 40 times the numbers that the average LIV. So people are watching it.
Watching.
It's not going anywhere. It's here.
No, I don't think it's going anywhere. Yeah, ESPN's definitely made the investment in it too, right? Like
Definitely.
they definitely made the investment in it. They had the talent out at the beginning of the year, I haven't watched this year yet, just because like you, I'm fucking super busy. But I mean, they had like the good announcers on last year. Like, everything was like top shelf as far as like entertainment product. Everything was there for it to succeed, right? So now you get Tiger hanging around a little more. It's very interesting. I wonder if their teams are going to be worth what LIV teams thought teams would be worth.
I don't think the teams are right. I don't think they're trying to sell the teams, but you can't walk around that place and there isn't a square inch that isn't sold to somebody. And it's like high level partners. Like you walk in and they give you AirPods from Farmers Insurance that you have an individual team feed for Jupiter and Bay, and then you can listen to the broadcast feed. The whole thing, even the shot clock is sponsored by like Rolex, it's Ciroc, it's Genesis, it's like the most elite companies that you could possibly imagine. SoFi, like it's just marketed to the T, and they've sold every square inch. So it has to succeed. And I did see the group Tomorrow Sports, who started it, just got the deal. Nuclear posted they're going to run the NFL Flag League as well. Did you see that?
Shit. No, I didn't see that.
Huge deal for them.
That's huge. Absolutely.
Massive.
So you see that. So I'm sure you see it because we live in Florida. So the flag football thing has been all over the place in the last year, like last 2 years. Like it's just been everywhere. Yeah. And so the NFL is definitely pushing money to that. So that's huge for them. That's awesome. All right, man. Well, you got anything else you want to add for Riviera?
No, not much for Riv. I'll throw out there, I talked to Keith, who was as like dialed in on LPGA as anybody. And he says that he hit like 12 winners last year. Who did he tell me? I have to even look at the name. But he said you should parlay this woman with every single Ginu. Wait, who is it? What's her name? Ginu Tiktu or something? I don't know. She's the favorite in Thailand, and apparently a horribly weak field at like plus 320. And he says you should just parlay her with all your bets for Genesis.
Okay. Love it. Thanks, Keith.
I'll throw that out there.
Like that.
Yeah.
we'll be restricted in no time again. Like, that's super fun.
Super fun.
Super fun. All right. So Joe Idoni from Preferred Lines. Now you are with Read the Line as well.
Yep. So part of the Read the Line network, they were happy to sponsor the show and be the presenting sponsor. So pretty excited about it. Both John, Mr. PGA Tout, and I, we're looking for a new partner. We're looking for a new home, just like you guys found Andy and Inside Sportsnet. We needed that to kind of help, make the show worth it for us to do every week, quite frankly. So
absolutely.
We found that. They've given us a ton of access. They've given us the ability to partner in combination with Golf Digest and help us get credentialed into other events. So really cool, awesome stuff planned for the rest of the year. So at Tour Picks is a place you can find me on Twitter. Check out the Preferred Lines pod if you want to see more of this ugly mug each and every week over on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, absolutely. And the pod is great. Tell John I said hello. Let me know when you're coming up to Sawgrass, and go follow Joe. He's on Twitter all the time. And they've had the two best Twitter handles of anybody in the golf space, at Tour Picks and PGA Tout. It's ridiculous. And I can't remember the silly story on how John said he got his. He had a different tout, and then he switched to golf. And like, I don't remember. I was like, that's how you got it? He was like UFL out or something like that.
Somebody told me that they're always like, they're trying to search in Twitter and they go to the little search thing to find an account. And every time they're trying to search for either PGA Tour or PGA Tour comms, because they're just looking for that account for like the field, they're like, fucking you and John come every time I try to search for PGA Tour. You and John come up, and I was like, it was genius marketing by us. People just want to search for PGA Tour, and these two idiots keep popping up, and like people keep accidentally clicking on us over the years. So
I screenshotted you something from work like a month or two ago when I was searching for something, and you popped up as like the #1 pick. I was like, what the fuck is this? So, yeah, man. So go follow the boys over there, man. It's a great pod. And I will be back with Steve either Saturday or Sunday for next week's breakdown. And yeah, other than that, we'll see you guys later. Bye.